stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness, stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness, peace and power to the family. Hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the highest frequency of your authentic self. I'm feeling good for no reason at all, operating in the highest frequency of my authentic self. It feels good to be here. Greetings to everybody. I welcome you into this space, cleansed, clear, and transmuted, as I present myself, cleansed, clear, and transmuted. Otherwise, you probably won't find yourself here or being able to sit here long enough before I'm done. With that being said, I thank the ancestors for protecting this space and allowing me to be here in a space to present myself to you all. I'm not here to convert anybody to my ideologies, or I'm not here to convert any other human being to the ways that I think or the things that I believe, because belief is not the issue. Vibration is the issue. So I am here to convert some vibrations. With that being said, I want to repeat again, belief is not the issue. Vibration is the issue. Planetary vibration and human collective vibration. So as we elevate our consciousness, we elevate our vibrations. We raise our frequencies. And as we raise our frequencies, we'll be able to see how it affects the vibrations and frequencies and everything else around us. As I said, I'm not here to convert anybody or any other person into the ways that I think. The only reason I'm here, the only reason I was born and present on this planet is for the opportunity to see how long I could hold light in a dark place. Not just the planet, but this body. Somebody will catch it. If you're here to hold light in the dark place, then this will resonate with you. Otherwise, you're probably in the wrong place. It's somebody else on YouTube for you. In a dark room, if we all in a dark room, all it takes is one match to provide enough light for everybody in that room to see. I say that to say, eventually, we all are in a stand and be able to strike our own match. I was told that I talk in circles, I talk in riddles. And it's not that I talk in circles or I talk in riddles, but I don't pay a lot of life, I don't pay a lot of suffering to understand the life lessons the way I do. To just pour my jewels before swines. So I say things to make people think, to provoke people to think. I say things to raise the consciousness, to activate something within the human being. So anybody that don't find themselves seeking them things in themselves probably never come across the type of life stream that I'm here on the planet to be. Old souls take turns. So before I made this appearance in the form of who y'all know as Sawu, in my last life stream, I probably was something else. I probably was another gender. I could have been another race. See, this high consciousness, this high understanding, high comprehension of higher consciousness. Old souls take turns. That's why I gave thanks to the ancestors before I presented myself, because it's not me that I'm presenting myself to you as. It's the ancestors that's flowing through me and what I present myself to you as. Somebody will catch it. I give honor to the ancestors, cause one thing I realized about the ancestors and what they did while they was here, irregardless to the other contributions, they taught us about timelessness through the computations of mathematics, high mathematics, through geometry, foremost. Mathematics, sound, and vibration. The pyramids show and prove this. Beyond all the other height that's surrounded around the pyramids, it's a lot being missed in how the ancients, how the ancestors mastered sound, vibration, and mathematics to show us how to compute time. I say that because if time is in a circle from 1 to 12, they put timelessness in a circle from 1 to 12. We got 12 zodiacs to bear witness to what I'm saying. We got 1 to 12 on the clock. So they taught us how to see timelessness through time. I say that to say, if time is in a circle, and the circle can be fractured, what we call fractioned, that means a predictable cycle of potential influence can be computated, can be predicted. So I say that to say, we all should be saying, we've seen this before. In our evolution of expansion, in our growth, in our maturity, we should be able to say we've seen this before. Should nothing be popping up that we ain't seen, that we don't know how to handle from a higher vibrational place. Should nobody that come across this video still be dealing with things in the same vibrational place that you was dealing with things last year? Or this video is not for you. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. If time is in a circle and the circle can be fractured, that means a predictable cycle of potential influences can be predicted. So since last year, since COVID, since we was in lockdown, I've been talking about patterns, programs, and how patterns and programs are connected to our attitudes and behaviors. So through our patterns and programs, we can predict the attitude and behavior. So when I look at, when I take that from an individual study or individual research, and I apply this locally, then I apply it through my whole community, whatever around. Then I apply it state to state. Then I apply it globally, worldwide. For y'all who follow me, you realize something. Everything has been predicted. So we don't have to be astronomers. We don't have to be Einsteins. We don't have to be Teslas or any of those so-called great minds. We are the great minds. We use the same consciousness. We go through the same cycles. We understand the same time. Now is our time to take the stance, to master time. We've seen this before, but some of us don't remember. Some of us don't remember our soul mathematics. It's easy to learn everything else about everybody else, about everything else. But many of us don't remember our soul mathematics, and I think that's sad. I think that's the sickness that causes dis-ease and have you in dis-ease. So if it sounds like I'm talking in circles, it's because that's how energy moves. And when you move like energy, it's trying to teach us how to move through vibrations, through frequencies, through sounds, through light, through color, through people. We start coming into more grip on the steering wheel, so to speak. More self-navigation, self-control, self-awareness, self-balance, inner harmony. And in doing so, we learn how to step more forward into the future in our present, because we know that living in the past is only a backward step to the present that we in right now. Oh, somebody caught that. Stay hydrated. I'm on some tea. If you've never been on a plane, you will never know what it's like to see the world from a higher view. I'm gonna say that again. If you've never been on a plane, you will never know what it's like to see the world from a higher view. But I'm not talking about the physical plane, but the physical plane is an analogy of the spiritual place that I'm speaking from. I'm talking about that soul plane. To few, the things I say will be clear. And for most, it'll sound confusing. Reason being, because I speak from a space where we all come from the same place. And most of us think we're so different. So we don't really understand the concepts or the interconnectedness to things like collective consciousness, because we think we're so separated. When in reality, we never alone. And if you take enough time, when we take enough time to put time in ourselves and sit with oneself, you realize that we never alone and we never separated. You tap into all type of consciousnesses, you know, vibrations, frequencies. Meditation will show and prove this. So I speak from a place, from a space where we all come from the same place. And because I understand in consciousness, there is no separation. In form of perception, there may be. So, from where I sit, there is no separation from me and you. But from where you sit, there may be, because the separation is in you. That's how we separated ourselves from God in the first place. I hope somebody catch it. (2022). When I look at the date of this year, so-called that we in 2022, I see something very peculiar taking place. I see 2 3 times. So that means the vibration of 2 being duality, is amplified 3 times in the year that we in. 22 being a master number is also the master number of the master builder. So what's peculiar in that is that I find in 2022, this is the year of the master builders. This is the year of the master builders. Amplified. Why is that important? Because for the master builders, we're no longer in a place of dealing with things from duality. Duality must be polarized into a single point of view. That's wholeness. The integration of the yin and yang, the masculine and feminine, sacred masculine, divine feminine. Wholeness, family. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health, and wholeness. Why is that important? Because you don't have to live a spiritual life to be spiritual, so to say. It will help if you did, because it will speed your process. I say that to say to go to a higher place don't mean that you have to work harder. Because if you've been consistently doing the work, it has gotten easier over the process of going to the higher places that we find ourselves going into on this spiritual journey, for those of us who are on it. Because I'm aware enough to know that people will come across this page, and people do come across these videos that's really not on a spiritual journey. To go higher don't mean you have to work harder. You will have to be more vibrationally aware, more energetically acute. More now than ever, because it's the unseen things about us. It's the unseen things about us that's drawing. It's the unseen things about us that's drawing other energies and entities into our life to give us experiences. So we got to be aware of what we're attracting, what we're drawing. It's also the unseen things about us that's causing more animosity and more jealousy in our lives too. Believe it or not. But just pay attention. Because a shadow is a reflection of the real thing. And to go higher, every shadow in every area must present itself before your light. Every shadow in every area must present itself before your light. Because it want to be healed too, family. That's why shadow work is so important. That's why we hear words like dark journey of the soul. Because it's important. You can't rise higher without raising the shadow, without healing the shadow in every compartment of your life along the way. Or that's where you're going to see chaos erupt at. The shadow is a reflection of the real thing. With that being said, we need to know what habits we use to define ourselves. I use the word habit for a reason. Habits can speak to many things, many areas in our lives. People, places, and things. What habits do we use to define ourselves by? That's going to be important. Because a shadow is a reflection of the real thing. So be the real thing. Feel good for no reason at all. Stay true and authentic to the highest version of your best self. Peace, family. I love y'all. Saiwoodagod. One.